Africa's history will not be complete without the mention of its great kings and queens. These monarchs have played important roles in Africa's history, from political, economic, and infrastructural developments. Sadly, most of these kings and queens have been outshined by modern-day leaders, and most Africans do not even know such great leaders ever lived. In this video, we'll be looking at 20 of the greatest African kings and queens that have ruled different parts of Africa and how their reigns impacted the territories they ruled over. 1. Pharaoh Akhenaten. Akhenaten was named Amenhotep at birth. He was the son of Pharaoh Amenhotep III of Egypt and his wife Tia. He became the heir to the throne after his older brother Thutmose died. He ruled as Amenhotep IV until the 5th year of his reign when he changed his name to Akhenaten. He was married to Queen Nefertiti and other women who bore him many children. This king was famous for altering the Egyptian religion. He introduced a new religion known as Atenism. This religion was centered on the worship of a god called Aten, which was represented as a solar disk. Consequently, he attacked other Egyptian gods and erased the names and images from Egyptian monuments. He also created new architectural designs and moved the capital city of Egypt to a new site which he named Akhetaten. It translates to a place where Aten becomes effective. He claimed that the god himself manifested itself there for the first time. Akhenaten died in the 17th year of his reign. However, the reason for his death and where he was buried have remained a mystery. It was also revealed that he was not given a royal burial. 2. Queen Amina. Also called Amina II, Queen Amina was born to King Nekatau, the 22nd king of Zazzau, and his wife Queen Bakwa Turunku in the mid-16th century. After the death of her father, her older brother Karimi became king. During his reign, Amina led the cavalry of Zazzau's army and became a famous warrior princess. Subsequently, after the death of her brother in 1576, she ascended the throne of Zazzau. During her reign as queen, she conquered many territories which led to the expansion of the kingdom. It was said that she built walls around the areas she conquered, which was proof of her existence. Similarly, she introduced the production of kola nuts in the area. Queen Amina died in a battle at Atagara, a place in present-day Kogi State, Nigeria. She was described as a woman who acted like a man. The queen exceeded the accomplishments of her predecessors. Although she did not get married, it was revealed that she took slave husbands from villages she conquered and executed them afterwards. In recent times, the matriarch is a symbol of the strength of a woman. 3. Menelik II. Menelik II, one of the greatest African kings that lived, was born in 1844 in Ankober, Shewa, Ethiopia. His father, Haile Malakot, was the king of Shewa. Menelik got baptized and took the name Saleh Mariam. Shortly before the death of his father, Menelik was taken as a prisoner by Emperor Theodorus II. In captivity, he continued to receive education and would later marry one of the emperor's daughters. He escaped captivity, returned to Shewa, and claimed the throne in 1865. However, he had a bigger ambition, which was to become the emperor of the entire Ethiopia, not just a small village. In order to achieve that, he had to pledge his loyalty to Emperor Johannes IV. Menelik was the strongest contender for the throne after the emperor died in battle. He was crowned Negus Nagas, which means King of Kings, on the 3rd of November 1889 at the Church of Mary on Mount Entoto. He transformed the Ethiopian Empire and defeated the Italian troops to defend the independence of his people during his reign. Subsequently, he introduced a national currency, improved the educational sector, constructed a railway from Djibouti to the new Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa, and established the first telephone and telegraph systems in the empire. The emperor suffered a stroke in 1909, after which his wife Queen Tetu ascended the throne. Unfortunately, the emperor did not recover. He died a few years later on the 12th of December 1913. He was buried without any announcement or ceremony in the imperial palace. In 1916, he was reburied in Baita Lemurian Monastery, Addis Ababa, which was built specifically for him. 4. Kadanke Amanirenas. Also known as the One-Eyed Queen, Amanirenas was born between 60 to 50 BCE. She ruled the ancient kingdom of Kush between 40 to 10 BCE and is the second of the 8 Kadankes of the kingdom of Kush. Amanirenas is famous for defending her people against the Roman Empire. She defaced the statue of Caesar Augustus by removing its head and burying it at the entrance of her palace. The Kadankia was not intimidated by the weapons the Romans had. She gave the Roman Emperor Augustus an ultimatum. She sent him arrows with the message, if you want peace, they are a token of warmth and friendship. If you want war, you'll need them. Augustus submitted to the demand of the queen, even though he considered her message to be an insult. He withdrew Roman control from all Kushite territories that had been conquered. The two empires signed a peace treaty in 22 BCE. Amanirenas died in 10 BCE. 5. Oba Oduduwa. Oduduwa is revered by the Yoruba people of West Africa, not just as a ruler, but as a god. He is believed to be the founder of this widespread ethnic group. While some believe that he came to earth through a mythical chain in the 12th century and settled in Ile-Ife, others believed he was sent by Olodumare, the Lord of the Skies, to fulfill a mission his brother Obatala was unable to complete. His name Oduduwa translates to the great repository which brings forth existence. He was the Olofin of Ile-Ife and ruled the city for a few years. However, he never bore the title of Oni of Ife or even used the Ife traditional crown. Unfortunately, Oduduwa was killed during a leadership contest between Obatala, Orunmila, and Owo Ilare. His death led to the dispersal of his children and grandchildren to different territories where they became founders. One of these territories is the Great Benin Empire, which was founded by his grandson, Prince Oramiyan. Another of his grandsons became the first Alafin of Oyo. In Yoruba culture, Oduduwa is the symbol of life or the power of the womb. He also represents the omnipotence and the values of the culture. 6. Makeda. The queen of Sheba is one of the queens recorded in the Bible. She became the queen of Axum after winning the battle against the serpent king, Are, who had troubled the northern Ethiopian kingdom. Queen Makeda of Sheba was one of the women of Solomon, king of Israel's life. It was recorded that she traveled all the way to bring gifts to Solomon. Afterwards, she bore him a son, Menelik I, who would become the first imperial leader of Ethiopia and the first of the lineage of Asumite kings. Although her existence has been disputed among historians, she is identified by modern historians with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. She is believed to be the first African queen to rule in 960 BC, and through her, a lineage of East African and Nubian kings emerged. 7. Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa is arguably one of the greatest kings to have ruled Africa. He ruled the Mali kingdom from 1312 to 1337. His territory crossed across present-day Mali, Nigeria, Senegal, Chad, the Gambia, Niger, Guinea, Mauritania, and Burkina Faso. The already flourishing Mali kingdom blossomed even more during his reign. At the empire's peak, Mansa became the wealthiest man to have ever lived. His wealth and greatness were recorded by the Europeans and the Egyptians. He built the economy of the empire by trading in gold, salt, and ivory, among other things. With the money he got from trading, Mansa Musa funded the educational, architectural, and the art sector of the Mali Empire. The great King Mansa died in 1337 and was succeeded by his son, who could not handle the great empire left in his care. That led to the fall of the great Mali Empire. 8. Yaa Asantewa. This African queen was born to Kwaku Ampoma and Atapo in Besis, Ashanti in 1840. She was known as an intellectual, activist, and a queen mother. Yaa Asantewa fought alongside her people against British colonialism in 1900. The war is also known as the Yaa Asantewa War of Independence. Sadly, she died after being exiled to Seychelles in 1921. She was considered a hero for not giving up the royal golden stool, which symbolizes the authority of the king, the soul of the nation, and the unity of the Ashanti people. She is remembered for her active participation in the liberation of her people, which led to the territory becoming the first African nation in sub-Saharan Africa to gain independence from British colonialism. 9. Shaka Zulu. The founder of the Zulu Empire was born to the chief of Zulu sometime in 1787. There were many controversies surrounding his birth because at the time his parents were not married and their relationship was considered an abomination. The complexities of their relationship led to his father denying the paternity, but later accepting it. When Shaka was 6, his parents separated and he grew up with his mother, which caused him a terrible childhood. He was always referred to as a bastard. However, he did not allow the unfortunate event to deter him. He learned under the mentorship of the leader of another clan, Dingiswayo, whom he served. Dingiswayo helped him take over the throne of Zulu from his brother in a coup after the death of his father. His reign was characterized by brutality and military expansion. After the death of Dingiswayo, he took control of the surrounding territories and became the most powerful and influential leader in the area. This led to the formation of the Zulu kingdom. After the death of his mother, he ordered that no crops should be planted for a year. Similarly, in that year, no milk should be used. He also ordered the execution of pregnant women in the area. He murdered as many as 7,000 people as a way of grieving. His actions led to his assassination by his half-brothers in 1828. 10. Queen Nefertiti. Nefertiti, whose name means the beautiful woman has come, was the wife of Akhenaten, the Pharaoh of Egypt. According to some sources, she is the daughter or niece of a high chief called Ai, from a town in Akhmim. Other sources suggest she was a princess of the Mitanni kingdom in Syria. She ruled Egypt alongside her husband and subsequently after his death. She became very wealthy as she saw the expansions of the kingdom. The queen changed her name to Nefertiti, which means beautiful are the beauties of Aten, a beautiful woman has come. During her reign as queen, she consolidated the developments made by her husband. Today, Nefertiti is the ideal symbol of beauty and feminine power. The bust of Nefertiti is one of the icons of ancient Egypt. She was known for many titles, some of which include Hereditary Princess, Great of Praises, Lady of Grace, Sweet of Love, Main King's Wife, and Lady of All Women. Are there other kings and queens that you think should have made it to this list? Watch out for part 2 of this video. While you do,